So for the grounded position, I like to aim in between these two flowers a little bit more towards the right. It's pretty lenient, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. And I'm just going to chain my super jumps over here. And for the boost jump on this rock, I try to aim towards the top left-hand corner of it. Right where Sly's standing right here. And then I try to aim at the very corner of this top ledge. And unfortunately for this next part, which is the only hard part of this trick really, the hardest part without a doubt, you just have to put a lot of time into it to get good at it. Just really feel out where the collision is. I can just say as a beginner, don't worry about doing it fast. Just be able to get through it. That's what matters the most when you're starting. One thing that helps is to kind of turn your camera behind Sly. It just lets you see a lot better, and you don't have to super jump here. And landing on the silver thing is pretty hard. And you can't, everywhere else from here on out, you can say you're grounded, especially to the light post, so try to stand on the front edge of it. Now you want to get a ledge grab, so Sly is parallel with this rock here. Tap X, tap up. And one thing I find that helps is to delay my second jump, like right there. And you see, when you ledge grab, you want to like hold neutral on the stick when you tap X, and your ground won't be set. And for the visual cue here, I look at the dark part of the mountain and just to the left of it, and I lose that like white triangle part. I really get that in my head. And for this next part here, you want to hold up on the D-pad and X. It's very important that you hold them. Otherwise, you won't get a good drown. And if you go in a way that you don't get a drown at all and Slide just falls forever, it probably means you went too far right on your camera. And if you get a slow drown or not, or you just drown regularly, like you probably went too far left on the camera. And from there, you can just let go of the controller. You don't have to do anything. So here's a much cleaner example in terms of movement. You can see I don't ledge grab at all on the invisible collision. I even like run on parts of it and just full send on the silver thing. It just takes a lot of practice. I just try to see where you can ledge grab, get used to jumping on it. I try to do like 2 double jumps across it versus running on it or like single jumping. It just makes it a lot easier for me. And also for the camera, I know it's probably better to like try to do a slow camera motion, but I kind of flick my analog stick a bit in a very small way. I just find that easier. There is an easier setup here. You set it up with the grounded position right in between these two little fence post things. And you set up the camera basically the same, but a little bit farther to the left. It's honest, I recommend the faster setup because the faster setup is not much harder and it's pretty consistent. And this is with this setup, this is the drown you will probably get here. You just swing your cane on these little cog things. And if you do this, you probably aimed a bit too far to the left with your camera, but it's still fine. Like you still land right there, just lose a bit of time. And that's ASA Void Drown. Try to keep it concise.